Hello, and welcome to Mr. Big's Top Scares. I hope you're all enjoying the stories as much as I am. There have been some great comments with feedback on what I can do to improve on, namely audio. I will work on the audio part of it. Let me know how I'm doing when we're going forward. With that being said, I am grateful for that feedback. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And here are two more bear attack stories that have never been told, and they will creep you out to no end. Okay, this first story takes place in Utah in 2019. One hunter was lucky enough to draw a coveted elk tag. This is called the governor's tag. It is only earned, or what I would call obtained, by lots of points or lots of money. The guide that was assigned to this hunter was one of those that were the best at what they do. We can go on any station and watch their videos. The outfitter picked to help this hunter obtain his dream of a 400-inch bull is second to none. I'm just going to say it. Mossback, right? You can't beat them. They literally live with these animals all year long. They know what the biggest and best is out there. This person had won the governor's tag in an auction for $250,000. Now, they may not want that published, but it's public knowledge, so I'm doing it. And Mossback has its own rights. None of my video whatsoever will contain or in any way infringe on Mossback's copyrights. They were the guides. They were the hunters to achieve this miraculous achievement. Okay, the first outing would take place in late December with a bow. Several world-class bulls were called into range by the guide. The bull this hunter was looking for was a once-in-a-lifetime bull, 400 inches or better. The September hunt proved uneventful. The second hunt would take place in late October. This would be the last hunt needed. On a brisk morning of October 20th, the guide who put the hunter in a perfect spot was able to use a rifle at this point. Throughout the months, the guide had frequently come across bear sign, which was somewhat normal. At about 5 p.m., a herd of elk would mosey through the meadow the hunter was watching. At the end, the once-in-a-lifetime bull he was looking for. This bull would officially score at 402 inches. As the hunter settled in the crosshairs on the vitals of the enormous bull, he pulled the trigger. His 300 Win Mag took care of the rest. Here's what gets a little sketchy. The hunter and the guide were about 5 miles from their truck. They decided to go ahead and break down the elk into more manageable pieces. They hauled 2 loads to the truck, leaving the head and the second front quarters. The next morning, they both woke up early to get a final load out. As they approached the remains, they noticed a bear that was feeding and guarding a rib cage. The rib cage was other bones from the deboning process. Both were armed and decided that they would confront the bear. the guide led the way, trying to scare the bear away long enough to get the meat and head loaded. Up to this point, things were going good. The bear had retreated about 200 yards away as the guide and hunter loaded their pack slowly towards. They became complacent, and the bear crept slowly towards the men. At about 50 yards, the enormous bear let out a roar and charged both men, caught off guard. The bear was on them in a flash. During the attack, the guide was able to reach his rifle. With one well-placed shot, the bear lay dead. This bear would later be identified as a problem bear in the small town nearby. Both men were torn as the hunter had tagged for an elk, and here lay a bear dead because it attacked them. They were torn. Game and fish were involved, and everything worked out. The hunter's bull scored at an official 402 inches, which puts it in the top 10 of the record books. I struggle with this one a little bit, guys. Right? Great bull, great hunt, great outfitter, great guide. But another animal ceased to exist. My question is why? Is there not enough food for these bears? It seems to me like there's plenty of food for all of us. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I agree these guys done everything right. There is nothing that could have been done different than what was done. To the hunter that remains anonymous, congratulations. To Mossback, Guide and Outfitters, fantastic as usual. You guys are among the best. There's no questions asked when it comes to Utah elk. You're it. I thank you all for listening. Now stay tuned for the second story. It might end up a little different. Hey guys, here we go with story number 2. The story takes place in the mountains of California. Very first thing I want to tell everyone is that only a very few attacks result in death, or injury for that matter. A lot of attacks are false. I don't want to put due pressure on the bears described in my stories. They are doing what they think they need to do. That being said, it is important that you take every precaution available. I am not going to go down the rabbit hole of what you should do, but please do some research when you're going into bear country. This story is about 3 rock climbers that were on the rock every chance they had. All 3 were very educated in their ability to survive in the wilderness, were second to none. On this day in June, they would set out early to avoid the heat. All 3 would make the route look like child's play. The 3 men set out to find something more challenging. As they were hiking, they could hear some weird stuff howling or sticks breaking behind them. The first thing that they talked about was that it was a mountain lion. Well, you can imagine the fear that coursed the veins of the trio when they were confronted by an enormous black bear. Bear sightings in this area, what I would call as rare. The man, due to the low bear encounters, only had one can of bear spray, which also works for any predator that may be attacking. To give you a comparison, there was 7 lion attacks for every 1 bear attack in this country. The speed and accuracy was astounding. The 3 hikers never stood a chance. As the bear was attacking one person, the others would attack, hoping the bear would, in a state of mind, that was going to retreat. After that, it seemed like a lifetime. The bear retreated, and just as fast as the savage attack started, it ended. The trio would make their way back to the trailhead. They were all 3 mangled. As the ambulance arrived, it was clear that EMTs were not prepared for the carnage they would encounter. The trio literally was ripped to shreds. The trio was treated, and after 2 weeks of surgeries and stitches, they were released. The bear was never found. I urge you, please, 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 whenever you're in bear country, use caution and always be prepared. Where we live in the lower 48s, we have bears, we have mountain lions, we have bobcats, we have coyotes, we have wolves. Please understand the surroundings you are entering. Don't go in half-hearted and hoping for the best. When you hope for the best, you're expecting for the worst. I get it. Not a bad strategy. Be prepared for any confrontation you might come across. Whether it be mountain lion, bear, elk, deer, all of these animals have resources to annihilate us. We are not the top of the food chain. Please, please, please be prepared. And please, mind your camp. Store your food and understand the smells that we leave attract animals that can kill us. I hope this has helped just a little bit in preparing you for your next camping trip. Don't be afraid. Be prepared. Let me say it again. Do not be afraid. Be prepared. Thanks, man. Let me know any comments. We're touching on a serious subject. Who knows how it'll go? I am here to answer questions and correct problems in my statements. Please, 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 let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I appreciate your time, and hang tight for the next videos. The next stories are horrendous, even by my standards. I can't wait to tell them. Thank you. Bye. Hey guys, thanks for watching till the end. Join me for my next bear attack stories. They will be on bears, not Bigfoot. I hope you guys are all getting something from my videos, or my stories, I will say, because the videos ain't quite accurate. But my terminology and the explanations are. Listen to what I have to say. Advise yourself. Be prepared. That's all I'm saying, is be prepared for what's out there. Now, we'll debate on whether Bigfoots are real, or aliens are real, or monsters are real, but I'm here to tell you what we know is real. And you have to be prepared for it. You have to take care of your camp. Otherwise, you will get bears. Bobcats, mountain lions, they are all apex predators that scientifically have been proven to exist. Please, please, please pay attention Inform yourself and be prepared. And even for something that may not be on the charts yet, like aliens or Bigfoot. Be prepared. Be open to the existence that these creatures exist and will attach themselves or attack you when vulnerable. Be prepared. That's the final thing. Be prepared. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you for listening to my stories.